Welcome to the Women's Basketball Lounge. Grab a drink, grab a cigar, grab whatever your festivities are, and let's go. Welcome back. Episode 5, right? Pow, 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 pow.
Yes, 5 episodes. Cheers.
What's up? What's up? Yeah, cheers. I'm not going to say what's in this cup. I'll let you guess. Whatever it is, it's in my cup. Words Lil Wayne.
Whatever's in my cup.
Whatever it is, it's in my cup.
My cup.
What's up? How you been?
Man, stressed and highly favored.
Yeah? Okay. Well, good.
Basketball season is gearing up. Basketball season is gearing up for the college and high school levels. So just been on the grind, having tryouts,
Tryouts.
seeing who's tough, seeing who's the boss, seeing who's the leaders, cursing kids out behind administration ears,
The usual, just the usual stuff.
Gearing up. Yeah, we're 1 month. We're 1 month out. 1 month out. So, I've just been on the grind, getting it in, getting these kids prepared and ready for the competition.
Nice. I love it.
What about you?
How have I been? Life been lifing. And I'm smiling through it.
Gotta smile through it.
Yeah.
I actually saw a video today. I shared it on my story. The new head coach at Howard University, he said, he was teaching his basketball team how to be young men.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if we wake up basically every day and determine what we gonna do based on how we feel, we'll never get shit done.
Never get anything
If
done.
if I base anything on how I feel, I'll never be a father in his reference. I'll never be a husband. They won't get that from me that day.
Yeah.
So he was like, I feel we have to be in control of our feelings. And I think that was just great lessons. So I actually saw that today on Instagram.
For sure. I always think of that as, the ultimate lesson in professionalism. Anybody can, do things when they feel like doing it. The mark of
Correct.
a true professional is, can you do it? In the words of Taylor Swift, can you do it when you heartbroken? Can you do it when you don't feel good? Can you do it when you sick?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do it when you got a ton of shit on your mind? That's the mark of a professional. And I feel like this year for me has been about exercising that muscle and being able to do what I do regardless of how I feel. And I feel a lot like a professional. I can do it regardless of how I feel. I had an audition in LA Wednesday. And I killed it. And so that made me feel, good. It's a confidence booster. Like I can feel any type of way and still be able to turn it on and show up as a professional in the comedic space. So that makes me happy.
That's awesome. And that's being a professional, that's learning, that's growing. And if you just go with me for a second here, Mick, talking about what Asia said, her story, when that video went viral, she said, and I'm paraphrasing or I'm quoting, can't remember the exact words, but might get it out right. Some days I don't feel like being Asia Wilson.
Yeah, some days I hate being Asia Wilson. Yeah.
But I still wake up every day and I come to work every day. I'm not going to, I'll give the context. She said that in reference to appreciating her team because her team uplifts her. But you still have to have your own willpower to get up and go to work before you, so you can meet your team.
Exactly.
Right. And that's a true professional. And that is why she has won gold. That's why she is about to be league MVP this year. 3-time league MVP. All-star, defensive player of the year, all the accolades, right? Is
Yeah.
because she is a true professional, even when she don't want to be Asia. Well, do y'all know how powerful that is?
Yeah. Even when she doesn't feel like it. Yeah. Yeah, she's super
Like,
inspiring. I mean, that takes us into, I guess, one of our first hot topics, which is her scoring. Is it she's the league all-time scorer, right? Or meaning in one season scored the most points in one season.
correct.
And
She scored
then
1,000
yeah, she scored
points.
1,000 points, which is the record for that. And yeah, that's the situation she was delivering that speech under. And we've seen Asia do crazy stuff this year. I mean, you know.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah. And so it's super inspiring. I look up to people like that. I'm older than Asia Wilson, but I look up to people like that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 1,000 points. Like, you know how hard that is? Like, no one in the W has done it out of all the greats.
Yeah.
Out of all the Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Coopers, Cheryl Swoops, Diana Taurasi people,
Yeah.
Sue Bird, your favorite player has never done this. Your favorite player has never done this.
Yeah.
And Asia Wilson did it. And she's a vet, but she's not a Brittany Griner vet.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, she
she
has
still got a lot of years in her to play.
a ton of years in her to play.
Yeah.
And do I believe this record is going to be broken again? Yes. Yes, I do.
Oh,
I
I
believe
hope so.
she had-
I mean, records are made to be broken, right? That's what we live for.
Correct. I mean, she's going to break this record again, hopefully. I know Jewel Lloyd was close to breaking it last year. Y'all know the girl Caitlin Clark is close, once she gets the rhythm, becomes a sophomore in the W, she has potential of breaking it. So I'm just excited. 1,000-point gang. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. And while we at it, let's give Caitlin Clark her things too. Most assists in one season. An incredible accomplishment, more than Chelsea Gray, more than the point guard. And y'all know I love the aces. I got on my Raise the Stakes hat today because it's playoff time. It's playoff time.
We're going to get into that. Yeah. Let's go. We're going to get into our picks at the end.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's do it. I don't have my topic sheet in front of me, so you got to kind of take us through it.
Yeah. So you want to stay on hot topics, or you want to go into tunnel fit? You want to stay on hot topics and go all the way through and do tunnel fit at the end?
Let's do tunnel fits real quick. That's always a little pick me up for me.
Yeah, let's go. I see you was eyeing those Sydney Colson tunnel fits with the silver and Michael Jackson J5 look or something. I don't know what she had on.
It was such a vibe. She had on this silver. I don't know if it was like, I'm assuming it's a faux leather, but this silver kind of ensemble with the jacket. The jacket had like these flame lightning rod looking things kind of on it. It was super cool. And she had this dope walk with it. It was giving the 70s, which I love. It was giving rock star. And I thought that was so cool. So Sydney Colson is my number one tunnel fit over the past couple of weeks.
I think the theme of this year's tunnel fits and the cool tunnel fits is when you got a 6-pack or great boobs, show that middle line.
Yeah. Do it.
Show that. They even inspired me on our promo shoot.
That's right.
Opening up that jacket when you could show off that stomach and them boobs. That's gonna always be a good look.
When you can do it, you should do it. When you got the body, then do it. You know what I mean? Show off your best assets.
Yes. And what's the girl from Chicago
So,
name? She got cut from Chicago. She's dating Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics.
oh, I'm
She
not.
got cut from Chicago. She's dating Jaylen Brown from the
I know who
Celtics.
you're talking about, but I
Shucks.
can't remember her name. She used to be thrown. She used to be showing up with the outfits all the time, and she got a lot of
Correct.
slack recently for an outfit she was wearing that was open. Right? Is that who I'm thinking about?
Yes, yes,
Okay, yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes. She knows how to do it. She knows how to do it. She knows she's a bad dresser.
yeah.
She's a bad dresser. And you know who else been dressing bad?
Who?
But been low key and we have never talked about in tonal fits. And I'm upset with us about it. Skylar Diggins.
Yeah.
Skylar Diggins has been dressing. What?
Admittedly, I haven't been paying that close attention to Skylar Diggins' fits.
Yeah, because Seattle is y'all arch rivals, and you know you an Aces fan, so you don't want to pay attention to the enemy. I got it.
But I
got
like
it. I got
Skylar
it.
Diggins Smith a lot. She played for Notre Dame, I do believe. And so
Yes. Yes, she did.
yeah, she's super popular to us Indiana folks. So I like Skylar. But you're right. It's Aces gang. Let's not get it twisted. Yeah.
I see you also like Dana Evans, Tunnel Fit.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. Dana Evans, the hometown hero, GI Stand Up, came into Chicago with a Michael Jackson, also the hometown hero, GI Stand Up sweater. And it was amazing. It was dope. And just because it was so much hometownness in that hometownness right there, I had to call that out.
Yeah, are the jeans like the jeans look homemade?
I'm not sure, but it was
Okay, yeah, them
definitely a
jeans is
good look.
fly.
She had the tattered jeans with it, and yeah, super
Yeah, it
dope.
look fly.
So shout out to GI's very own Dana Evans, and rest in peace to GI's very own Michael Jackson. So yeah,
Yes,
for sure,
yes.
for sure.
Well, let's get into some of the WNBA drama tea
Oh,
topics.
do it.
You know, they
Let's
wrapped
do
up their
it.
season last night. So we have on the agenda, let's talk about Chicago Sky. Kennedy Carter and Camila Cardoso, their injuries, right? Chicago Sky, for those of y'all that don't know, was up for the 8th spot,
Yeah,
the last spot of the playoff run. Angel Reese got injured, season-ending injury. Then it was Kennedy first, then Camila.
yeah. Well, Kennedy was sick. I don't think it was
COVID.
an injury first. I think they said it was non-COVID, but I could be
Mm.
wrong. The WNB app and their injury reports are not very accurate because Kalia Copper was definitely on the injury list last night and she played. But
Oh,
yeah, at any rate, neither here nor there. Yeah, so Kennedy Carter was out one game, and then Camila Cardoso went out with a shoulder injury. And we don't know a lot about that. We don't know how bad it is, but she didn't come back for that game. She didn't come back for the next game either. And it was just so heartbreaking because we just watched Chicago's playoff dreams just swivel around the drain and then finally go down.
right. Well, you know, Camilla set out the beginning of the season for the shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same shoulder,
I hope not.
but it was a shoulder.
Yeah.
I hope it's not the same shoulder, but you know, I hope she gets the rehab she needs. I mean, season's ended, so you know, if this had to happen, this is the perfect time for her to
sure.
tune up her game, have a good, you know, off season, and come back with the swing.
Yeah.
But shout out to Chicago. I mean, they made a run this year. They got people excited. They got people in the seats. You know, Angel Reese got people excited. Kennedy Carter came back after being out a season.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all,
And
and out
came
an
back
entire
balling.
season.
I mean, Kennedy Carter
Came back
was
balling.
balling.
Bowling.
So yeah,
okay.
shout out to them.
So-
Like big love to Chicago. Big love to Chicago. They had a good season, a great season.
Right. But
Yeah.
also we got to give props where props is due. You know, out of all the teams, I think it was Washington, Chicago, LA, and then the Wings, all fighting for that 8th spot. And Atlanta Dream came through clutch.
Yeah.
Came through clutch and got the 8th spot. And they beat the number 2 team,
Yeah.
the New York Liberty.
Yeah. They did.
That
It
was
was
huge.
impressive. It was impressive seeing that sort of just like match between Mystics and the Dream, like seeing them sort of fight it out for that spot it made for a super dynamic end of the season. I'm grateful for it because it kept me watching. It kept me like tuned into like who is going to get that last spot. I love that it went all the way to the last game and it wasn't like, you know, already decided.
Right. I agree. But girl, let's talk about the game that didn't matter, didn't count, but it had a whole lot of drama. Indiana Fever and my Dallas Wings.
Let's talk about it. The game did not mean a thing. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Yeah, so okay, I had to bring this back up because if you guys have been watching the show or listening to the show earlier in the season, I brought up that Aliyah Boston kept having run-ins with people. She had, if I recall correctly, earlier in the season, she had a run-in with Alyssa Thomas. And before that, she had a run-in with someone else, like at the very top of the season. And I remember bringing it up on this show, like, why is everybody trying to fight Aliyah Boston? What is up with that? So in this game that we're talking about, between Dallas and Indiana recently, Aliyah Boston and Teaira McCowan. Is it McCowan or McCowan? McCowan?
McCowan.
You live in Dallas.
McCowan. Yep. She from Texas, baby.
So Aliyah Boston and Teaira McCowan had a brush up that escalated to the point where Teaira McCowan was ejected from the game. And that is what she did. So it was interesting because when I look at it, right, I'm looking at it and I'm like, is Aliyah Boston doing stuff? Is Aliyah Boston a dirty player? Is she playing the innocent role? Like, I don't know, because she has that face that's like, I don't know. She has that innocent face. But when you look at it, it's like, is she locking arms? And you know what I mean? Is she really doing that? Is that why she's having such a problem in the paint with these players?
Well, I mean, okay, you said Alyssa Thomas. There was somebody
else earlier in the season too.
Okay, it was somebody else, and Teaira McCowan. I know for a fact those two, Alyssa Thomas and Teaira McCowan, they some bullies. Let's just put it out there. They some bullies. And Aliyah Boston, you know, right now, she's not the front page paper of Rookie of the Year anymore. Caitlin Clark has the spotlight. Even Mitchell, and even Smith, right? And even what's the white girl name? With the blonde one shooting the threes for Indiana? I wish I knew her name. She even getting spotlight.
I know her name.
Everybody's kind of but my point is everybody's kind of getting
Huff.
the spotlight.
Is her last name Huff?
I wouldn't even know if you told me.
Yeah.
But Aliyah kind of has not been showing up for Indiana. So I'll say my prediction. It's two things. Number one, it's against tough bully opponents.
Okay.
With her not knowing how to handle herself. And two, frustration. Game frustration. And since she has not been playing up to the Aliyah Boston standards, right? I don't want to compare her to nobody. But Aliyah Boston standards, Dawn Staley, South Carolina standards, right? Rookie of the Year standards. She kind of had that sophomore. she kind of had the sophomore fluke.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She kind of had the sophomore fluke, So
Yeah.
I think that had a lot to do with her frustration and why she's getting into it so much down low.
It was interesting. I mean, like I said, I can't remember who that first player was, but I know she's been having some things this season. And maybe you're right. Maybe it's a little bit of insecurity. You know, I think sometimes when you feel like you were not performing to the level that you want to be performing at, like it can create a situation of contention where it's like, oh, now I'm irritated with everybody. So maybe, but just watching some of her defensive styles, and they've been talking a lot this season about the arm hooking. And how it's like, it seems like she's doing that thing where she's, I don't know, but it feels like maybe she's like doing that thing where she's hooking arms, and then when the person snatches away from her, it's like, like, you know what I mean? And then it becomes a thing. But who knows what Aliyah Boston is? I'm like, maybe.
Well, I mean, since you brought that up, I mean, I'll say this, and I love Aliyah Boston. I have a picture with Aliyah Boston. I have a good, funny story with Aliyah Boston. I am a Aliyah Boston fan, but I feel like she lost her identity a little bit this season. As in, she's not the bully anymore that she was in NCAA. She's not the tallest anymore. She's not the strongest anymore. She has not developed a 3-point shot. She still hasn't really developed a good mid-range shot. So it's like people have figured out her game.
Okay.
And she kind of got to cuff people's arms. She kind of got to do what she got to do to get those buckets right now, because the game is expanding and she hasn't found that, Asia Reese kind of found her niche. Hey, I'm going to get my points off of offensive rebounds. Camilla, y'all know she got that turnaround, layup shot, all those things, right? Like, so I feel like Aliyah Boston's kind of like having that trouble, because it's like she faced up against Jonquel Jones. I mean, she's short compared to
that was the
to
other
JJ.
person. She got into it with JJ earlier in the season.
Yes. See, okay, we here today. We here. So I just think that that's the struggle. But I mean, last week it's been so many fights. I mean, we don't have this on the topic, but let's talk about it. I mean, Brittany Griner and Rickea Jackson.
Yeah, no, I was planning to bring that up for sure. Brittany Griner squared up with her. Like, that's... I mean, BG was like ready. Like, let's go. I mean, squared up. Like...
Hey, but Rickea Jackson say, I ain't never scared.
She wasn't. Rickea Jackson held her own. That was an interesting brush up too. Like, what's going on there? I don't know what happened there.
I looked at the clip so many times.
Me too.
I did see at the free throw line when she made the free throw, Brittany Griner swung her arm.
She did swing her arm back. But that's why I was like, was she like, what was
she trying to cup?
Yeah, was she yeah.
Was Rickea trying to cup? What happened, Brittany? BG, what happened?
Come on our show and tell us what happened. This is your personal fight.
Cause BG be cool, like,
yeah.
But when she swing, she swing.
That's a punch that I don't want to hit me. I know that. Like, that's a powerful punch right there.
Like how do you
that I do not want to see coming toward my face.
The fist is my whole.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Rickea Jackson, like, held it. But I'm like, woof. I don't want to see BG square up on me like that. Like, at all.
Man, I wish they was mic'd up.
But it's interesting because I think Rickea Jackson got ejected, right? And Brittany Griner
They both did.
Oh, they both did. Okay.
They both did. Okay. Yeah, they both did.
Okay.
Yeah, they both did. So they both had ejections. But I'm just like, I could not tell because, I mean, even a couple plays before that, I didn't see anything. Like they must have hit it real big or...
It must
It
have
went
been
from
some
0 to
shit
100
talking going
quick.
on. It must have been a bunch of shit talking going on over there.
So these playoffs
Oof.
about to be lit.
Oof. Oof. So are we
The-
getting it? Do you want to get into the playoffs now, or we got some?
But question though, so
Okay.
I think Brittany Griner might be suspended the first game of playoffs as we get in
Is
start
she?
talking about the
She
playoffs.
played last
Because if
night.
you get ejected,
She played last night. If she got I don't think she got suspended for a game, but if she did, she played last night.
okay. Because
Briefly,
I thought an ejection was an automatic 1-game suspension.
she may have gotten suspended one game, and I can't remember when that situation actually happened. So maybe she already set out a game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there, but BG played last night. Mercury didn't play their starters that much, but she played
Yeah,
last night.
neither did the Aces.
Yeah,
nobody.
Well,
played.
the Aces didn't.
Nobody played their stars,
Aces
but the
didn't play their
Wings.
starters at all. But and for the Aces bench to beat up on the Wings starters like that, it's just my God today. I did not see
I'm
that
just
coming.
saying a prayer.
I thought Dallas was gonna win that game. I did not think the bench was gonna come and whoop up on Dallas the way we did. But
Sydney Colson was running circles, girl. She
I mean, I just did not see that coming. I was shocked.
Before we go to the playoffs, Dallas, can you just please do the right thing? Draft Page, UConn, first round, first pick. Like, I don't even know if Dallas has first pick, but if there's an opportunity to get a point guard, go get a point guard. Please.
You're pleading with them.
Lord.
You're
please.
pleading with them.
Greg, go get a point guard. For y'all don't know, Greg is the CEO of the Dallas Wings, owner of Dallas Wings. Greg, I don't care. We Dallas people, we hurt.
Greg, she's
Because
begging
them
you.
last home games of the Wings, girl, it was so embarrassing. Okay, I know. Look, I'm gonna be quick, but it was so embarrassing. The last 2 to 3 home games they played New York and Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, the Seattle game was close, but the New York games, people left third quarter.
Wow. Yikes.
Its seats was empty. I felt like I could move all the way down to the court side. It was
Wow.
like I was in the arena by myself. That's
a loyal fan.
that's
You're a
embarrassing.
loyal fan.
Girl, I don't like wasting money.
A loyal fan, though. But yeah.
So let's talk about the playoff standings. Let's talk about playoff standings.
Let's do it. I'm gonna check my phone real quick. Just to make sure we still recording. All right, we solid on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, we solid.
All right. Let's talk about playoff standings.
Let's talk
We
about
going
it.
at number 1, New York Liberty have the number 8 seed Atlanta Dream.
So we saying New York gonna win that?
Of course. Come on.
In a series,
Come on.
New York wins that, I believe. Yeah, absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct. I mean, Atlanta's decent, good, but they have a lot of growing up to do. Yes, they have Tina Charles that, but I mean, you know, they need more. They have Alicia Gray, but they just need more in the post game, I believe, and they don't have an answer for JJ. They don't.
I don't think they do either. And I think they have a lot of pieces. It just needs some refining. I think they just need some time, honestly, to make everything come together. Because toward the end of the season, I think we saw what they could do, but it just needs to come together. We need to see it all come together a little bit better.
Correct. Then we have number 2, Minnesota Lynx, facing number 7, Phoenix Mercury.
The Lynx have been The
Did you say nah?
No, they've been kind of blah. Like the last,
Blah.
they haven't been looking to me like our regular Minnesota Lynx.
Mm-hmm.
Over the past, I would say, 4 games. So I don't know. That's scary to me, but I don't think. Well, shit. Kalia Cooper is back. So I mean, Kalia Copper is back. Excuse me. So I think that's a game changer for Phoenix. If they can keep all of that together, I think if BG can dominate the boards, I actually think the Lynx might have a hard time against them.
I can see that. Mm-hmm. But Collier,
yeah,
they don't. Again, who's gonna guard Collier from Minnesota? BG can't guard her.
Yeah.
Who gonna guard her?
What's the white girl that plays for Phoenix? We gotta stop calling people the white girl. I mean, but she is black. I can't think of her name.
We gonna get canceled. We gonna get
canceled.
We gotta start remembering the white girls' names now. Next episode challenge. No white girl.
No white girl.
We gonna remember their name. I don't know. I forgot, but she did play in the All-Star contest. So she played in the 3-point shootout. But yeah, don't know her name. But
yeah. I mean, I think she's a decent defender. She's, I mean, although I can't remember her name, I think she's a really good player. I feel like she's a sort of a silent assassin. If she gets hot, she can. And she can get buckets, but she's also a really good defender, I think.
I think that season's gonna go all the way to the best of 5.
You think? Is the first round best of 5 or best of 3?
It used to be the best. I'm sorry, best of 3. Sorry, best of 3. First round's best of 3. Semifinals is best of 5.
Okay.
It's gonna go all the way to the best of 3 first round. But I just believe that Minnesota's gonna pull it out. I just think they have better coaching. Okay. Courtney Williams balling. Natasha Cloud, she hasn't been consistent enough.
She hasn't, but I also feel like Phoenix hasn't played Natasha Cloud a ton.
Correct.
So maybe they've been resting her.
Correct. They've been resting Diana Taurasi.
Yeah.
Like Brittany Griner hadn't even been playing a lot. I don't know. Phoenix just been weird. Like, coaches, let us know what's going on. But because I just haven't seen, I've just seen so much inconsistency. Copper is that bitch, which is why I think it's going to come down all the way to the final game. But I think just Minnesota just has more structure, better coaching when it comes down to the wire, better plays, all those things. So, but we'll see. Who are you picking?
I'm gonna pick Minnesota in a series. I think Minnesota got it.
Okay.
I think Phoenix will get one. I'm with you. I think it'll go all 3 games, but I think in the end, Minnesota will probably pull it off. But it wouldn't surprise me if Phoenix pulled that off. Because
that could be the upset.
Yeah, it could be. There's upset potential there for sure. Because a hot Kalia Copper, what the fuck? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about that?
Yeah, but also another upset could be number 3 Connecticut Sun facing off Indiana Fever.
Indiana is looking really good, and Connecticut has not looked as good in the late season as they did in the early season. They still look good, don't get me wrong, but not as good, you know?
Well, do you think that is because Minnesota and Connecticut won so many games early on that they just got into a coasting phase of like, okay, we're already making playoffs. We're just going to get our minutes, get our stats, play our game, and get out of here?
I don't know. They don't strike me as that type of that type of coasting team, but it could be that. I think another possibility is that they won so many games at the top of the season that people just got their number super quick. And once they figured out what it was, the next time they face, because, it's the W, you play teams over and over again. So I think once they played them again, it could be just like they beat everybody first. And then it was like, oh, we got you. We know exactly what to do. So it could just be that too.
Right. But again, Fever just don't have an answer for Connecticut's post game. Dejanay's defense is incredible. I believe she deserves 6th man of the year. All that. So I'm going with Connecticut's son. I'm going with the experience over the rookies.
Yeah, I also have to take the experience over the Connecticut son, but I do think that Indiana will get one. I think Indiana will get one.
Definitely. Now let's go to the number 4 Las Vegas Aces facing off the number 5 Seattle Storm. It's anybody's game.
It is
anybody's game.
It is, but it's ours. We have it is. Don't get me wrong. Like Seattle, I'm definitely like because Seattle is a really good team. They can't do what we do in the post. We have Asia Wilson, but then they have Jewel Lloyd. It really just depends on. It depends. I think the Aces being able to beat them depends on Kelsey Plum, and the type of game she has. If Kelsey Plum is having an off game, the Aces don't win. If Kelsey Plum is hot, the Aces win. And that's the scary piece because I feel like sometimes Kelsey runs hot and cold, so you never really know. But I'm gonna say like, okay, I'm gonna put it on 2 people. The Aces.
Okay, I'm good. Okay.
The Aces beat Seattle. If Kelsey Plum has a good game and Alicia Clark has a good game.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think Alicia has not, to me, been the Alicia we've seen her be in other seasons. This season's like late in the season, she's starting to pick it up some, but I feel like she hasn't quite played the way we normally see her play. But I think she is such an important piece of the Aces. Like she is so important to that team. So if AC has a good game and Kelsey Plum have a good game, lights out Seattle. And for Seattle, I think their ability to beat Las Vegas comes because to me they can't do shit in the post. But if Skylar Diggins-Smith has a good game, Jewel Lloyd is pretty consistent. But if Skylar Diggins-Smith has a good game, and Gabby Williams,
damn, you gonna disrespect NECA like that?
No, NECA is consistent, but I don't think NECA.
Well, you said they don't have a post game.
No, I said they can't really do nothing with Asia Wilson in the post. I don't think they can.
Oh, I thought you said they can't do nothing in the post.
No, NECA, okay. I mean, on the boards, like, I just don't think in a playoff Asia Wilson, maybe a regular season Asia Wilson, you can, but a playoff Asia Wilson, I don't really see it. But I think that's what they need to win. They need, because everybody else is pretty consistent to me. So what did I say? I said Skylar Diggins-Smith, and it depends on Skylar Diggins-Smith and Gabby Williams. Yeah.
I respect your opinion, but I think we need to talk about the missing piece to the Aces, and she has not showed up all season. She has not been the point guard that she is getting paid to be. She is not holding up to the standard of who she is, of the standard of the Las Vegas Aces point guard. Chelsea Gray. When Chelsea, yes, we all know Chelsea Gray can pass behind her back, in between the legs, all this, that, and other. But I tell you this, you have a valid point with Kelsey Plum. When she has a good game, you have a valid point. But the Aces will have an even better game and not bullshit first round and bullshit with the Seattle Storm. and let the Seattle Storm sneak in there, okay? If Chelsea Gray will develop and get down her pull-up jumper. The reason that Aces won last year, yes, she got injured in the end, but the reason they went down there is because when the Aces needed a bucket and Asia Wilson was tired, they said spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Spread out. Chelsea Gray at the top. She is one of the tallest point guards. She dribbled it down, pulled back, shot right on that free throw line, right in that free throw, and right in that mid-range. That's her shot. She ain't been hitting that shit, Mick.
I agree.
She been off. She ain't been doing that shit. She need to come on. I love you, Chelsea Gray. We love you. But baby girl. So
I agree that when she came off an injury, she was not the Chelsea Gray that we were used to seeing. But she hadn't played all season. She didn't even play the last game of the playoffs last season. So she hadn't, we assuming she hadn't really played very much at all. So I gave her a break for that. I do think that over the past, I'm going to say 5 games, 4, maybe 5 games, I do think that we have slowly but surely seen Chelsea Gray come back. We've seen her become Chelsea Gray again. A couple games, I forget who they were playing, but she was balling out. Like I think she's starting to look more and more like the Chelsea Gray we remember. But to your point, no. Coming back from the injury, she was not Chelsea Gray as we remembered her. But I don't give her any shit for that because, she ain't played all season. So I think there's that. But I agree with you. But I do think that over the past few games, we've seen Chelsea Gray be Chelsea Gray again. Mm-hmm. Or at least look damn close. Damn close. Damn close.
Who do you have winning it all?
I got my money on the Aces. Period. It's Aces gang gang. Like
Aces gang gang.
Aces gang gang. Who you got?
I have my heart. My heart wants it for the Aces. Wants it for Asia Wilson. She pull on my heartstring. She pulls on my heartstring so hard. But my logic, my knowledge, my coaching, my brain says the Liberty. The facts say that the Aces have never beaten the Liberty all year. The Liberty has beaten every team this year multiple times. Nobody has an answer. When they have an answer for JJ, they can't guard Breanna Stewart. If they have an answer for both, then they go big. Then they don't have an answer for Sabrina and the guard shooting a 3. All 5 of their starters are clutch from the 3. So right now,
Atlanta
until
just beat
somebody come on, it's at the end. They don't care about that damn game. Come on, Mick.
I mean,
they don't care about that damn game.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying, right? Like a playoff New York Liberty is, and I do think that it will come down to.
The Liberty and the Aces are going to face each other second round.
Yeah.
They're going to face each other in semis.
So, who do you think will be in the finals then?
Liberty and the Lynx.
If I were going to put my money on a team other than Aces, I would put it on Minnesota. It would not be it's Aces gang gang, right? I do actually believe we're gonna 3-peat this year. But if I were gonna pick a different team, just because y'all be saying I play favorites, if I were gonna pick a different team, I would pick Minnesota.
Man.
Yeah.
This is tough. Man, but you know what? We have our picks. Audience, we have our picks. But I tell you, Connecticut can win this. The Liberty can win this. Minnesota can win this. And the Aces can win this. I believe there is 4 teams that can really
They could
lock
win it.
in
Yeah.
and it be anybody's game. Them 4 teams, it can be anybody's game. And that's what's going to make these playoffs so beautiful this year. So amazing. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hey, so we talking about standings. I told you basketball is a month away for high school and college.
That's right. Yeah.
A number 1 ranked team, South Carolina, the polls came out. You sent me the polls.
Yep.
But why is Iowa number 2?
Why is Iowa number 2?
Why?
You don't see that? Who did you think should be number 2?
UConn, USC, LSU.
Iowa was a fantastic team, and they didn't really lose any players. Who did they lose? They lost Kate and they lost Caitlin.
Oh, are we really going there?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm not surprised.
Are we really going there? Caitlin Clark was Iowa. Caitlin Clark is Iowa.
I think
are we really going there?
I think it's misplaced. Don't get me wrong. I do think that, but if it's based on, I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna say this. I don't think we know what else Iowa has because they played through Caitlin Clark. They play everything through Caitlin Clark, and Kate Martin was a good accessory to Caitlin Clark. Don't get me wrong. Like I like Kate Martin as a player. That's also an it factor for Vegas. If Kate Martin plays well, we win. But
Iowa, make me eat my words.
Yeah.
Make me eat my words. By the end of the season,
who do they have coming in?
You won't even be a ranked team.
Wow.
Make me eat my words.
Wow.
You won't even be a ranked team. I'm sorry. It's the truth. But we getting it in episode 5. We getting it in.
Training wheels off, huh? Wow. Okay. Who was number 3 on that list?
UConn.
Then we got UConn. Who we got after that?
North Carolina State.
North Carolina State.
Then we got USC. Juju. Then we got LSU. Go Tigers. Then we got my Longhorns. Let's go, Rory. Okay. And then we got Oregon State, Stanford, and last but not least, UCLA. And then actually, I got to say this, Notre Dame is sitting at number 11.
Notre Dame might be a surprise for everybody. But I also feel like, LSU is too far down, in my opinion. I got high hopes on LSU this year. I think they're going to show us something.
Why the hell is Iowa above LA? Like, these AP polls is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
We gonna see.
All LSU lost was Angel Reese. That's all LSU lost. And now they got 2 polls coming. Man, Southern California, Juju just got like a number 1 recruit. Then they got that girl that could dunk. I'm just upset about this Iowa ranking, but I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna shut up.
Nah, that's fair. But we gonna see. We gonna see if by the end of the season Iowa is an unranked team. But I will say I have no idea what Iowa got going on over there because they played everything for 2 years through Caitlin Clark.
And then the coach retired.
So yeah, we'll see. Fair. All right, that's all the show we got. Episode 5 in the drain. Done. Swish, splash, and all the things. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. That really helps us out. Also, if you're listening on one of the podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, those places, iHeartRadio, all those things, do us a favor and just review our show. It helps people find us. 5 stars, please. But just review the show for us. That helps us out quite a bit. outside of that, we'll see you in 2 weeks.